Alright guys, we got lots of time left in stream, so let's make some more progress here. We're meeting up with Vidofnir because we're on a quest to speak with Hraesvelgr. Again. Is that where his magic D comes from? No idea. Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and her companions. What bringeth you to mine abode? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. You were the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. I am a dragon full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal? I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace when man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so weren't not undone by ancient rancor. For truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain. Yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Somal to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou knowst as well as I how he will answer. Hraesvelgr's heart remains unchanged then. Pity. But if it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way of thy kind. Go then, but be warned. The Shane's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Is she talking about dry boning dragons? Yes. Alright, we can get it. That one's okay. Let's do this one. We'll eat it in the first dungeon of the Black Maid. Nah, Jeremy, you need to stay. Turns out whatever you have planned doesn't need to happen anymore. Winning over the Wyrm. Later, Jeremy. Though I expected no better answer from Vidofnir, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. It would seem that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of the one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Master Alphino. Scout ahead if you wish, Miro. We will join you outside Moghome. What? Why? Why not just meet me at Zenith? Why do we gotta stop and talk outside Moghome? I'm here. I had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estinian and Assail yet walked at our side. Kapapo? Is that you, Miro? Ah, if it isn't Mog. Don't tell me you've forgotten my name, Kupo, after all we've been through together. But at least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Miro? How could I forget you, Moglin? Of course, I do, Moglin. Let's say Moglin. I don't know which one it is. Phew! You seemed a bit hesitant for a moment there, but I'm sure you were just fondly recalling the time we camped near Zenith, right, Kupo? But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Moghome, Kupo? Ah, another audience with old Hraesvelgr. Well, I hope you brought the horn clip out. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the great worm's ears easily enough. That is good to hear, Morgan. Thank you. We had best press on to Zenith, while the winds are in our favor. Now that was unexpected, Kippo. Chieftain Morgan will want to hear about this. Barf the Mog. Oh, that's not Barf. Barf's his twin brother. Oh shit, a Turtonator appears. That's Vector's favorite Pokemon. Make sure you guys catch it. You dare summon me again, mortals?
Great Hraesvelgr, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelgr. I am Emeric de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
Parley, thinkest thou thy purpose unclear to me? Thou art come to beg mine aid in the battle against the shade of my brood brother.
You foresaw mine intent.
I but read that which is writ plain in thine eyes. Would that thou had wit enough to scry the answer in mine. My beloved Shiva did once build a bridge twixt man and dragon, a bridge which thy treacherous forefather saw fit to tear down, as thou well knowest.
Lis Nidhogg kasmon ikin lis nuan jas an es in salen monanesh undahai in.
Thinkest thou Nidhogg was alone in despairing at the murder of our brood sister? Thinkest thou mine own soul did not cry out for vengeance? Know then that upon the accursed day my heart did wither in my breast, and thy kind become unto me the harbingers of despair. 'Tis only Shiva's gentle dream that preventeth me from flying at Nidhogg's shoulder. Be grateful that I swore to abjure aggression ere I consumed her.
Osk, kom I Nidhogg kin an. Nosk deg gan en.
I permit my children to offer or deny thee aid as they see fit, to warn thy people of my brood brother's coming, that thou wouldst dare ask more of me, but affirmeth thine incurable arrogance.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope?
Hast da dai in.
Perceivest thou such light in the dusk of mine existence?
I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Hraesvelgr upon your back?
Is known. Kai sia in. Holes exkdir valsu. Nesk an in eskpa.
Isael, piteous, deluded Isael. The child did lament her past sins and sought to balance the scales with her remaining days. Was her unquenchable passion so alike to that of my beloved, which did spur me into flight?
Snarha us hesne. Ikin en elan.
And for my own part, I would countenance no longer the hands of evil men to use my brood brother's eyes for ill.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Snosk in letlai. Nolosk asisan. Ekmon kin na en.
Spare me thy idle sophistry. Even if there were a mote of truth in thy reasoning, what of it? Wouldst thou have me slay mine own sibling to save a city of mortals?
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Wyrm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Sekmon infin. Sesk antis ekmon. Kin al ud.
Thou wouldst strike down thy friend and, by example of thy righteousness, persuade me to break mine oath and kill my kindred?
Sloskna. Dyrkin iles. Kolhes na inish. Tra
Heed me, my child. The servants of Hydaelyn envision a different outcome. They intend salvation not only for Ishgard, but for the doomed Dragon Slayer as well.
Nidhogg, Garjas, Nosk in an, Slisva Holkas, Kainda.
Believest thou this shade to be Nidhogg returned? It is not merely a manifestation of his vengeance, the shadow cast by thy brood brother's rage. I would not command thee, but ponder well thy course, lest it lead thee unto greater remorse. While the shade of vengeance remains, the future will be ever uncertain. Help us save our companion.
Wanadran in ale is an wan in on Kilga.
You wishes to rescue the Dragoon from his fate, along with all the rest? I do begin to see why Isael entrusted her hope unto thee. Thy purpose is pure, but so too is my brother's wrath. And 'tis that which lendeth him his all-surpassing might. Hast thou the strength of will to stand against so terrible a shadow, I wonder? But seem I must put thee and thy companions to the proof.
Sway in Ratatoska this die an. Slosk kin. Skor ich les imo.
I shall await thee in the ruins where Ratatoskr once dwelled. Heed well the words of my children, and hasten thee to the place of thy trial. Alright. I believe I spied a wyvern landing just outside the palace. It's doubtless one of the children whom Hraesvelgr spoke. Come, my friends, let us keep our escort waiting. Alright. Imperious Wyvern. My broodmates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. Sorkai, now accessible. Okay. I'm curious as to how this place changed. Because, yeah. Majestic and forgotten, its existence unrecorded in the annals of man. A palace rests atop the clouds in the farthest reaches of the churning mists. This skyborn splendor was once home to Ratatoskr, brood sister to Hraesvelgr and Nidhogg, until the treachery of mortals ensured that its stones would never again ring under the she-worm's talons. The dragons named it Sorkai, a grieving apology for their failure to avert her fate, and they watched with infinite sadness as Ratatoskr's empty roost was overrun by bird and beast. This is the place Hraesvelgr has chosen for your trial. Prove yourself in the faded shadow of one sibling, and convince the Great Worm to aid you against the wrathful shade of another. Alright. So for Sorkai, we have Imric, the gladiator, who's going to tank for us. We have a Temple Banneret and Alphino. Okay, so I always liked this dungeon, but a lot of players fucking hated running it. Just because a lot of people were pretty terrible at it. Damn right, you just moved that dude out of my... Rude. Okay, so... Not a fan of that. Ah, we got Enchanted Fan. These are enemies from Final Fantasy V.
I have my pride.
Yeah, couldn't have done that. That's fine. So the Enchanted Fans, when they die, they do something kind of fun. They leave this, and if you step in it, it launches you forward and gives you a haste buff for 20 seconds. Which by the time you get to the next mob, it's mostly spent, but still, kind of fun. Would I rather play FF2 or FF2? What do you mean? The actual FF2 or SNES FF2? SNES FF2.
Down with you!
Final Fantasy 2 or Fighting Force 2? I don't know what Fighting Force is. Is that an actual game? You played Fighting Force 2 a little bit this weekend? Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Final Fantasy was originally going to be called Fighting Fantasy. It is an actual game. Not a great game. But a game. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. Cloud Gardener.
You underestimate me!
Pretty sure these models were in FF11. Maybe FF12 as well, but... It's an old PlayStation game and it's very repetitive. Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever heard of it. Hey look, it's Chieftain Moglin!
Down with you!
Away with you!
Down with you!
So he puts up that field on the ground there, and if any Moogles are in it, they revive. So what you want to do is you just want to knock them out of it. And this explodes in like a cross pattern, so Alphinaud's gonna get hit there.
Down with you!
Apparently he did not care.
Oh, away with you!
The palm piercer. And you want to angle them properly so they don't go against the wall. Doesn't matter though. He's busy. Prophet's bangles and Viking leg guards. Emmerich, I pray they aren't too badly hurt. I didn't expect to face the moves. Sorkai buzzards. It's fighting Force 1 and 2 tied to each other because I much prefer to play the first one first if I'm going to play them. Alright.
Focus. Release!
Damn. So these little fucks here, they were annoying to fight back in the day. They actually did a lot of damage. So you want to kill as many eggs as you could, but this group is apparently not well suited for that. But also doesn't look like they're as dangerous as they once were. There are 4 characters in the first game, and you believe one of the characters in the first is the only playable character in the second. Oh, you double check that. Alright. Oh, he's grabbing hold. Well, I didn't realize the eggs were trying to hatch there. Oops. I was not paying attention to that. Come on. Hey, down he goes. Sorkai Anzu. No breath wing for you. It's more of a standalone story, if you can call it a story. Wranglers Bangles. Alright, here goes. You do eventually get I wouldn't say more jitsu, but empowered jitsu. But you're not going to see them because we're swapping to Black Mage.
Away with you!
Stormblood. One character, Griffin in the first game, is main character for the second. Okay. Pretty sure we're gonna get another thing spawning up here, but I'm not sure. Might be thinking of some other dungeon. Pen, wrists, earrings. Alright, so this guy had an interesting mechanic back in the day. I'm not sure if that's gonna be the case here. Okay, well, fuck. So you used to want to stand as like centered with behind him as you could. You fucker. Because then you do this. Anyway, he lots of electricity at people. Okay, you have your pride. Nobody was calling you out on that. And that, you do that, and you want to be behind him because it would knock you flying into the wall. And it would destroy, well, it would not fly, but it would blast the wall. And that wall would be destroyed. So you'd want to try to aim it north or south as best you could so less walls get destroyed. Unfortunately, Alphino dropped that in a spot where we're basically fucked, so... Fortunately, though, it doesn't appear to stay. But you want to have, like, the least amount of walls destroyed so that you could, have someplace to go when he does the knockback there. But when the walls are destroyed, you can... Oh, see, they did it right. You can then point it at a wall that's already been destroyed, and not have to worry. That creature was truly fearsome in motion. Thankfully, we managed to rein it in. It was called FF2.
Release!
Solid but uninspired. The definition of a 2-star game. Why didn't my oh, that's okay.
Away with you!
How do you feel about 2-star games? I did it again. That's probably accurate. Fair enough.
Away with you!
Service Canada keeps informing me that they suspended my social insurance number because of suspicious activity on my account. I should be worried about that a little more than I am, but I just can't. Hey, look, that dragon made a pathway for me. A blizzard dragon. How do you feel about blizzard dragons? This has actually got quite the resilience to it. And he's down. Another treasure coffer here. What do we got? A Wrangler's scarf. Nidhogg will spare thee no clemency, and thus neither must I. Hey, Faye, this is Sorkai. Oh, they changed it! Well, this is less exciting. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we'll see it, but... Okay, so, before, this was a series of, like, fucking 20 platforms. And you had to jump between them to fight the boss. It was really unique. The sky is the domain of dragons. How wilt thou contend with such mastery? Okay.
Away with you!
You don't like a lot of movement
Away with
fights?
you!
Perhaps, but what made this fight interesting was the fact that it was so much different than any other fight. Having to jump between the platforms was a lot of fun, I think.
Away with you!
A lot of fights do require movement. Fight on, warriors! Press thy attack! Oh, he's gonna freeze the ground this time.
I have my pride. For the House of Levier!
For the House of Levier. Oh, you like when you can't stop moving in fights, do you get one shot? Well, you'd like the Soulsborne games then. There's quite a few fights kind of like that. Thy resolve hath withstood my scrutiny. Mayhap there is hope to be had in one such as thee. I'm pretty certain Emmerich also yelled down with you a lot. Or not Emmerich, Horschfa. I'm being sarcastic. I see. He's right, I don't. We got Wrangler's chaps. They better be assless. He makes me trust other people who don't even show up to help. I forgot about that one. Ultimate Spider-Man was such a good game. Too bad I had to come up with some scuffed means to play it. Even bereft of an eye, my brood brother was a fearsome foe indeed. But having tasted thy strength firsthand, I do begin to see how thou didst bring him low. Eidolon chooseth her servants well.
Sleaze like K1. Oda.
Very well. I shall trust in the seed of man one last time. By thy deeds shall the flickering hope that lingereth yet within my heart be kindled anew, or extinguished forever. Vietnam. That you yet stand is ready proof of your determination, mortals.
Swor as finan, stiskar ikin, el in an, sedgar in Nidhogg.
Let us fight as allies then, and together banish my brood brother's vengeful shade. On my oath, the wrath that was once Nidhogg shall meet its end.
Taishi S.E. Isa.
This I swear on the memory of my beloved Shiva, and on the soul of lost Assail. Okay, before we turn this in, guys, we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back and do another 30 minutes of stream. Don't go anywhere. We got more FF14 for you.